Who's excited for Avatar 2? It is right around the corner, and I don't know, man. This one's going to be tough. I know it's been in development for a long old time. Like, the original came out in 2009, and I know, like many other people that are out there, it was like a 3-hour long movie, and a lot of people watched it. Hell, I think right now, I think maybe Endgame probably surpassed it, but it was the most profitable movie ever. It is the biggest blockbuster that nobody remembers. Does any specific points, any character names? Like, there's blue people, the world or the country or whatever the hell it was is called Pandora. They're called Navi. I don't remember anything else about it. I legitimately watched it once, thought that, wow, I will never watch that again. It sure was pretty, and it sparked the entire 3D craze. That was the one good thing that the pandemic did. Kill off the whole 3D thing. It was already dying beforehand, but at least that was the only thing that the pandemic really stopped. And now, looks like we're finally getting, nothing like striking while the iron is ice goddamn cold, but Avatar 2, yes, right around the corner. I think like the 18th or something like that. It's coming out this month, but oh boy, does it have expectations, and oh boy, does it need to over-fucking-perform, because what's hit $1 billion this year? What has hit $1 billion? Top Gun. Okay, Top Gun. And nobody thought it would ever make $1.4 billion. But because it was good, it respected the audience. It was a sequel to a long-forgotten film. So, hey, there you go. You got your parallels right there. But it was a beloved film with a bunch of different meme-worthy instances from way back in the cut. And Tom Cruise. And then, yeah, word of mouth spread, and everybody wanted to come back and see it. And I think it was like a tight and tidy in on and around 2 hours. But this one right here, I don't know I don't know what the show length is. I don't care. I'm never gonna see it. And it's gotta overperform even Top Gun fucking Maverick, dude. It's gotta do better. It's gotta do twice better to make back its money. Sorry, what? Like, holy fuck. During the heyday, okay, of all the Avatar hype that was out there, of people saying that they were becoming depressed because they couldn't live in the world of Pandora. Fucking oof. Hopefully they tried to get to Pandora and access it by passing through a freeway at rush hour. People are sick. But if this film would have came out in 2011, 2012, like, yeah, the idea that it making $2 billion wouldn't be off the table, okay? Because, yeah, what did the original make? I think at the end of the day, it's at $2.7 billion. That's a lot of fucking money. And if as we sit, well, you sit, I stand, I don't know what you're doing while you're watching this or listening to this. If we're right here, right now, okay, and a decent rollout schedule to this lengthy story, I guess, that has been planned out. If we're sitting on Avatar, what would that be, 4 or 5 at this point in time, and it was as well received, or even just partially as well received, and there was some sort of a storyline building and budding off of previous entries, yeah, if it could make 4th or 5th highest grossing numbers, oh, well, you could justify the exorbitant spending on this. But guys, we're 13 years? Good number, James. Off the back of this nothing fucking film that nobody remembers fondly anymore. The fact that it needs to make $2 billion in order to break fucking even to make your money back? What are you doing? Like, what? Let's take a look at some of this. Okay. How expensive was Avatar: The Way of Water? Early reports have claimed the production budget alone was $250 million range, which isn't, like, I think Black Panther, Wakanda Forever was that much. Okay, like, that isn't absurd well, it is still absurd. It's so much fucking money. But why does it gotta make so much money in order to recoup its losses? But director James Cameron isn't willing to give hard numbers just yet. The only answer Cameron would give to the sequel budget asked by GQ magazine was following very fucking expensive. Yeah, Cameron apparently told Disney and 20th Century Studio executives that his sequel budget is so high it's represented the worst business case in movie history. Oh, according to the director's estimates, you would have to be the third or fourth highest grossing film in history. That's your threshold. That's your break even. Holy. On the current chart of highest grossing films worldwide, adjusted for inflation, Cameron's 2009 Avatar, 2000, Jesus. I was 19 years old. My entire 20s have taken place in the time that a sequel to Avatar has been created. Ranks at the top with 2.9 billion. Avengers Endgame, 2.7. Oh, okay, cool. That must be just raw numbers that I'm thinking of. While Cameron's Titanic is third at 2.1. So according break even, it's going to have to sit in on and around $2 billion. Okay. Because, yeah, your fourth and fifth films are The Force Awakens, Star Wars The Force Awakens, 2.07 billion, and Avengers Infinity War, 2.05. So what, it's got to make 2.06? Just call it square. That's to break fucking even. The rest of those films, those were runaway successes, okay? I don't remember the production budget for Avatar in 2009. Nowhere near that. I'm sure Endgame is probably in on and around 200 million. Infinity War would have been in on and around the same. Force Awakens back in 2014 or 2015. I forget exactly what it was. But it is probably still 9 digits. But Titanic, 50, 60 million? Like, that record stood forever. That came out in 97, I do believe. Family had the VHSs and watched that a lot, mostly to just see that guy do the old fucking flunkaroo off the back of the propeller when the Titanic was sinking. Fucking hilarious. That's another film that I haven't watched in fucking forever. Of all of those films that are up there, I've seen Avatar and I've seen Titanic. The rest of them, I've never seen any of them. I guess, does that make me a not normie? But yeah, only 5 movies have ever crossed the $2 billion mark, unadjusted for inflation. Yeah, Casablanca, I think, is still, adjusting for inflation, is still the highest grossing movie. Or is that Gone with the Wind? Gone with the Wind. It's Gone with the Wind. All the pandemic has affected movie-going films like Spider-Man, No Way Home, 1.9 billion. Yeah, and that was even coming back to the theaters during the summer with some additional footage at the end of it. And Top Gun, $1.4 billion, have managed to turn huge profits. And the rest of them all fucking sucked. Original Avatar grossed $785 million domestically, sits in number 4 all-time U.S. box office, and Top Gun Maverick, $716 million domestic. That's impressive that they have a 50-50 split about a movie about the United States Air Force. Just goes to show you how starving people are for decent, apolitical movie making that's pure, unadulterated Ameri-fucking-kana. You think Avatar 2 is going to be anything like that? Especially when you have James Cameron, the motherfucker who birthed Terminator 1 and 2, okay? The dude behind The Abyss. The dude, like James Cameron, man. This dude was an action fucking genius. And now he's saying that testosterone is a toxin that you have to work out of your body. It's like, bro, your movie's not making any fucking money. If that's anything to go on, and you thought that your creative peak was the fucking Titanic, that's another film in hindsight. And I remember some of that stuff. It's like, it's not even close to being, you know, Kate Winslet or Leonardo DiCaprio's best work. Might be Billy Zane's best work, but definitely that old lady's best work. Like, outside of that, man, that film is tough fucking titties. Let's get into this because, yes, the headline is a little bit different. James Cameron on making Titanic and Avatar. I was wild. Testosterone poisoned. So you get a little bit of that right now. Poisoned, young man. Testosterone is poison. Did you get it? James Cameron has revealed his long-awaited Avatar sequel. Has anybody been awaiting it? Because I know people were paying attention to it, and it's like, why isn't that coming out? It's like, wow. Yeah, it's the biggest blockbuster ever, and then you didn't have anything to follow up with? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Okay. I thought I'm going to work out a lot of my stuff artistically that I've gone through as a parent of 5 kids. Cameron, 68, told The Hollywood Reporter, the overarching idea is the family is the fortress. It's our greatest weakness and our greatest strength. Why would you say that? I thought I can write a hell of a lot of this. I know what it is like to be an asshole dad. What? Cameron's wife, Susie Miss Cameron, 60, is his 5th. Oh, that's a big fucking L. The pair have 3 teen daughters. Oof. I guess he's worked out all of that testosterone early if you only got 3 girls. Sucks to suck. And he adopted a 4th in 2020, and she became tight with the girls, and her parents were increasingly unable to care for her. Court documents stated Cameron also has a 29-year-old daughter with his ex-wife, Linda Hamilton. Oh... Titanic and Terminator director hasn't released a film since 2009 when the first Avatar came out. Film became the highest gross movie of all time, blah, blah, blah. The sequel costs more than $350 million to make. Reflecting back on his career, back when he made good movies, things that, people actually wanted to watch, not like, all right, that was a thing, I'm not going to go see that. Which included the highly publicized clash of studio executives. Cameron said a lot of things I did earlier I wouldn't do career-wise, and just risks that you take as a wild, testosterone-poisoned young man. I always think of testosterone as a toxin that you have to slowly work out of your system. I feel bad for your daughters, because a man's responsibility as a father is to be a strong, masculine figure. And if you consider the essence of what makes you a man, biologically, physiologically, it's testosterone. And if you think being a better man is becoming a more feminized man, I got news for you. It means you a bitch. It's like, take a look at the movies when he was all just ramped up on testosterone. T1, T2, The Abyss, and then what? After he started to have kids, daughters, which don't think that this type of sentiment and the fact that he has teenage daughters that are in school right now, knowing what those schools teach those kids, him being a self-hating man, it's just a little bit too fucking obvious why he's coming out with this. It's like, listen, dude, and in order for you to continue to, because I've also seen reports that he's, I got plans for Avatar 5 and 6. It's like, bro, brace for the biggest fucking flop ever. And don't worry about Avatar 5 and 6. You might not even see Avatar 3. Like, I don't know who does this appeal to? Do you think that there's that nebulous audience that people have been pandering to for the better part of a decade? That exact same one, whenever you make stupid statements like this, never turn out to come and see your fucking film? Why would you do this? Why? The first Avatar movie, okay, good, they're going to give us a plot summary so I know about it. Okay, followed Jake Sully, Sam Worthington, okay, a paralyzed former Marine who falls in love with a Na'vi woman, Neytiri, Zoe Saldana, in the lush world of Pandora. Thank God everybody's CGI, because this is 13 years later, and these were supposed to be young, attractive people. 13 years is a long old fucking time. In her lush world of Pandora, which humans are colonizing. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. Big, evil, white, military man come to colonize planets. It's like, bro, you're trying to push this environmentalist message back in the day, and you wonder why nobody can remember. What's the plot of Avatar? Ooh, glowy plants? Close. The sequel follows Jake and Neytiri, now a family. Aww, he can only write what he knows. It's unfortunate that a machine from the future didn't come forward and help him write better fucking material for every other Terminator film post T2. As they fight to keep each other safe from when an old threat returns. Oh my god, really? You're gonna rehash the first one? What the fuck, dude? It took you 13 years to come up with that premise? One of their teen kids, Kiri, is played by Sigourney Weaver. What? Even though her scientist character Grace died in the first movie. What? Kate Winslet has also joined the... What? The whole band's back together, I guess, for one final fucking payday. Well, I guess, everybody's going to get paid on this one. It's just Disney that's going to be left holding the bag. Sucks to suck. The idea for Kiri came, is Grace really dead? Nobody's ever really dead. Oh my god. Dude, you used to be a visionary. Now you're just a fucking hack. I thought, hang on. There's this Avatar. What could I do with the idea of bringing Sigourney back, playing a kid? It was just a fun idea. I couldn't get it out of my head. That's so nice. Question, you're going to have some very important things to answer for at the end of the first one because, spoiler for the film, if you care, Sam Worthington's character, that I've already forgot is his name of, he's a real guy who's in a fucking wheelchair, and then at the end of the film, his avatar opens his eyes, after he's apparently dead in the forest. I think that's the way it works. It's heavily implied that he's now living inside of the big blue person without being in the machine, so how the fuck does that work? And then Sigourney Weaver's character, dead? She was in the film? Okay, but her other character's dead, and now she's the... What? Oh my god, nobody cares. This is stupid. It's not like, hey guys, we're bringing back a beloved character. You remember, scientist lady? She's back, and now she's the kid, the family you all love. What? Cameron has already shot a third Avatar film, expected in 2024. Oh good, expect a cliffhanger at the end, and everybody just walking out going, it took you 13 years for this? Yeah, and he has planned 2 more. Who cares? Which together could total more than $1 billion on production costs. The third film is already shot. This one right here, okay, this one right here costs $350 million to make. What's the budget on number 3? Or is that one that's like, well, if it makes 9 digits, we'll be happy. Since it has been such a long time since the first movie came out, Cameron said he understands if audiences are hesitant. Yeah, because they just have too much testosterone, and we're just trying to get that female market. And it's like, they don't care, bro. There's skepticism in the marketplace around, oh, did it ever really make any cultural impact? If you have to ask that question, even if you're positing that question, you already know the answer. Anybody even remember the characters' names? No. They're earlier in... legitimately, okay, like, Sam's character is Sully. I don't remember what Zoe Saldana... It starts with an N. Pause. Netanyahu? Everybody knows Pandora and Avatar. Are the big blue people avatars? No, they're Navi, and she's Netanyahu. What? When you have an extraordinary success that you failed to capitalize on, you have to come back within the next 3 years. That's just how the industry works. You know that. How quickly did T2 come out after T1? You fucking know this, bro. And he didn't do anything about it. It was just tough to make a Titanic sequel. I understand that. Because it would have been really shit, you know, to have The Raft or whatever, but... In the decade plus between the films, Cameron has been exploring his interest in environmentalism and ocean exploration. Oh, great. So he's going to interject shit that, you know, people are normally turned off from whenever they watch films. Oh, great. Wonderful. Fantastic. I started confronting this issue of, do I even want to make another movie, let alone another Avatar movie? Holy fuck. He says he drives a 2013 Kia Rio rather than a fancy Tesla because Elon Musk is a Nazi. No. According to Cameron, a small used car has a lower carbon footprint than a new electric car. Okay, fucking based. You're starting to win me back, but the whole testosterone is poison thing is kind of retarded. The Avatar movies have had a strong environmentalist bent since the villains in the first film were plundering Pandora's natural resources. Thanks for clarifying that. You can't hit environmental messaging over the head. Yes, and that's what you did in the first one that everybody went to see. It's like, you got to see it for the special effects. You can't really pull that again this time around because we've been hit over the head in the convening 10-year gap that you've been out of the business for with special effects, heavy special effects. Some good, some Marvel. So that entire gimmick this time around isn't going to end up working, bro. People are angsty enough. We'll be injecting this film into the marketplace at a different time, and maybe things that were over the horizon in 2009 are upon us now. Wait, is Kilimanjaro melting? Nope, still fine. Okay. Is Miami under? Nope, that's the California still there. Regrettably, maybe it's not entertainment anymore. You're really doing the hard sell for your film here that's on the horizon, December 16th. I'll make sure to not watch that ever, but report on its hilarious collapse because this motherfucker, it has all the hallmarks of a flop. I know that there's a bunch of trailers that are out there, okay? I don't care. Most people don't fucking care. I see zero buzz about this film. But maybe we'll all be shocked at the end of the day. Or maybe we'll just be proven right, and then we'll just all be called racist, sexist bigots because we got too much testosterone pumping through our system. Aww. Make sure to go see The Blue People December 16th if you give a fuck, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great water effects. Who fucking cares? With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.